Hey everyone, John P here. Today I'm very excited to share with you a special watch that Federico from both my business partner at Delray Watch as well as Federico Talks Watches YouTube channel, a watch that we made together to be kind of both of our ideal watch. We set out on a journey months and months and months ago to make a watch that met certain criteria, what I'm going to share with you. But this is going to be a watch that he could wear both on his larger size wrist as well as myself with a smaller size wrist, but in addition to so many other features. And this has been something that for years we've wanted to take on, and it was just on our list of projects. And finally, we just kind of put our heads together and went forward with it. And interestingly enough, there's only 17 of these watches that we produced with a very somewhat well-known small manufacturer in Germany called Turbi. They have their own line, but we worked with them very closely to develop something that we both really loved. And we only have 17 examples, one for Federico, one for myself. And actually, at the time of the shooting, several of them have already sold based on his video, which he just launched before me shooting this video. So if you do like this very special watch I'm about to share with you, please make sure to go over to delraywatch.com and pick one up because they are going to sell out if just alone for such a great value. So let's jump right into it. We're going to flip over the camera and take a look at what this very special watch is. So here we have this very special watch, an Aventurine dial, which is a gemstone, and you can see right away it just sparkles and shines. Typically, watches like this that have these special gem set dials come at very ultra high premiums, but this is actually going to be trading at a fraction of the price of what some of the more notable manufacturers charge for these watches. So please make sure to stay tuned to the end of this video so you can see the actual price we're charging. But you'll notice right away that this is a three-piece construction case, and that is phenomenal because what it does is it not only allows watchmakers to service the watches pretty easily in the future, but it's got that very interesting, construction in that the top with the bezel and the sapphire crystal unscrew, but then you have the mid case, and then on the back you have another sapphire crystal displaying a gorgeous see-through display case back with an ETA 2824 highly decorated top grade movement, which is also going to be featuring coat station of perlage and blued screws. So sure, it's an ETA 2824, but this is about as good as you can possibly get with an ETA 2824 without kind of crossing over that barrier into more in-house movements. Now, looking back at the case again, this is 37 millimeters in diameter, so a little bit smaller, but keep in mind it's 45 millimeters lug to lug. So this also will work very well on a larger size wrist. And that was one of the criteria that we set when we really embarked on this journey to make a watch that should work for everyone, but really for ourselves, selfishly enough. This is a watch that we made because we wanted it to meet certain criteria, and there was a minimum order truly with the manufacturer, so we said, hey, let's offer this to the people out there on the internet as well. Now, more talking about the case, it's 11.05 millimeters in height, so not too high, so this is going to be able to slide under a cuff perfectly fine for most people. It has a screw-down crown, which you just don't see on too many watches that are not made for sporting. This could be used for sporting. I wouldn't recommend it because it's a gemstone dial and you don't want to expose it to too much shock. But certainly it can handle it because it is rated for anti-shock according to the DIN standard 8308, along with the anti-magnetic rating of the DIN standard of 8309. Now with that screw down crown and the case construction, it's going to allow this watch to be 100 meters water resistance. And flipping back over, we look at those hands. They're rhodium plated custom brigade styled hands. These hands actually were the longest wait for this whole project. These hands, there was a backlog. These hands are made by a manufacturer that make hands for all the well-known brands, and there was a backlog, likely because of COVID. So there was this backlog of hands, and so we had 20 sets of these hands made, some extras just in case for the future for serviceability, and we had to wait in line with the rest of the guys. So these hands, Breguet style, we love them. We wanted a watch with Breguet hands. We think they're not used enough outside of the companies such as Breguet. Now, moving on, I should mention that the watch movement is adjusted in 5 positions, so this is going to be a reliable timekeeping device and not just look nice on the wrist. Now, the sapphire crystal on the top is going to be domed, so it's going to give it a little bit extra pop and pizzazz when you take the Aventurine gem dial out in the sunlight. Under the lens, inside, it does not do this dial enough justice. When I take this watch outside, the light just blows off of the dial. You see all the different colors and the reflections of different things in your kind of ambient surrounding, and it looks just so cool, just so nice. I really love it. This has far exceeded my expectations, and I know Federico shares the same sentiments. You can go over to his channel, link below, where you can hear kind of his take and spin on things as well. Now, I'm just so happy and excited to be able to offer, whatever is remaining currently on the website. These are, we're going to be selling them at $33.99, so $3,399, which is far less than you'd get from any other manufacturer that would be offering a gem dial in this kind of manner. And like I said, we didn't really embark to kind of make a brand out of this or anything. We made only 17 examples, and that certainly met the quota of how many that we had to produce to make a custom order, but also it is pretty fitting. We chose it along for the reason that we founded Delray Watch in 2017, so it's special and sentimental in that way, and it says Delray Watch 1 of 17 on the back. So if you would like to join Federico and myself in wearing this watch, please go over to the website delraywatch.com and get one now while you can. We don't anticipate making any more of these in the future. It was truly a very big project, but Torby, they were really great, and they really did hold our hands. And fortunately, we did kind of, we knew what we were looking for and what to ask for, but the whole project was a bit of an undertaking. So this is likely going to be the only batch of this particular watch. So guys, check it out over there. Make sure to check out the rest of the offerings at Delray Watch. Let me know what you think about this watch in the comments below. Check out Federico's video as well, link below, and we'll see you next time. You've been chatting with John P.